All right, guys, I'm here. I know this is a little late. I got up really early this morning and was able to jump on here and look at some of the pieces and mainly the scenery pieces. I haven't really went through the buildings too much yet, but ended up what I thought was going to have to go to work just for a little bit, and then once I was there, they were like, hey, well, since you're here, do this and this and this and this and this. And so yeah, now I'm just getting home, and now hopefully I've got some uninterrupted Planet Coaster time. Gonna run through these scenery pieces, and we'll just we'll go through all the pieces and let you guys see it, and we'll just take our time. And I believe once I get off here with you, I'm gonna start on an actual, I want to do like a haunted type living room, maybe with the windows in the background and the rain and the yes, because there is a VFX now for rain. I'll show you here in just a second. Do some like maybe thunder and rain kind of crashing, you know, outside looking out the window from the living room. But without further ado, let's get into this here. So let's just, first, yeah, I'll just take you right to the scenery tab, filters, and we will just concern ourselves with spooky. So let's take a look here. I kind of didn't even look at all of them. I just ran through it real quick because I had to get on the road and head up to the hotel. So let's take a look here. Burial mound. That's pretty cool. Some of this stuff we'll look in the daylight, and then I'll switch over and we'll take a look at night. Castle broken stone bits. Very useful and recolorable. So if you have some kind of dilapidated castle or scary structure, castle rubble pile, kill, crypt fence. And some of this stuff, of course, we'll spend more time on than others, but I just want you guys to, especially if you haven't bought the DLC yet, or you wanted to watch a couple of these reviews and see what was in it before you did, but you can clearly see this little tab right here. It's a pretty big tab just for the scenery spot. Crypt Fence 2. Pretty cool, metallic. And the third one is just your pretty neat straight picket fence. House beam. Oh yeah, I didn't notice that. Did not notice the new beams this morning. Ah, yes, and just like the fences, these are recolorable. Wooden beam, 8 meters. So yeah, that'll definitely come in handy, especially for you guys that like to do the alpine sets and the rafters. That will make your lives a little easier. Haunted house wooden fencing. Ah, yes, also recolorable. And they did a good job on this. Like, okay, like, all right, now, yeah, you see that's black, so that's a little creepy. But if you would turn it to white or even the light brown, instantly leaves the creepiness, and you've got just a nice wooden balcony fencing. So, very useful. One thing, though, one piece that would be really cool that I wish they had the actual bowed out, like the, you know what I mean, like the piece that bows out to like goes on an angle on the corners, just not just totally straight like this. That would be cool if we could get that put in. Haunted house wooden plank. Okay, so we got the planks here. Iron fencing. Another thing that would that could kind of transcend the creepy stuff. Just if you were doing like a, you know, just any kind of medieval type towers or builds. Iron fencing, 4-piece. Ah, and they got the little ground fencing too. That's cool. Open grave. Heh. Creepy. Creepy, creepy. Pumpkin bunting. Ah, yeah. This might be the time where we need to go ahead and flip it over to the... Let's flip it to darkness. Ah, pretty cool glow. I like it. Let's see, pumpkin lantern. Wonder how this... Ah, okay, so that's pretty cool. I think they've kind of done it. They did it like this, so if you have like, you've seen on what I put on Twitter, the ghouls that pop up, they will be hidden down in there till it's time to pop up and scare the guests. So that's pretty cool. We will set him right there. Special effect, colorable fire. Really neat. Saw that this morning. Playing around with it a little bit. Very cool. There is your colorable fire. And of course the medium and then small. And here's another one. I know Delady Signer will probably appreciate this because she's been talking about this for a while. But yes, recolorable mist. So whatever kind of weirdness you have going on, there's you some red mist. You can do that now. Nice. Colorable mist, and then the small. Oh, I noticed this. This is a little weird this morning. Slime. Really creepy. And yes, it is recolorable. So if you want your red slime or your blue slime. And the other option I saw, yes, radioactive slime. So can light it up on those builds. Let's see. Oh yeah, colorable smoke now. Don't forget about that. So we can change this to any color you can think of. There's some Shrek green smoke for you. Okay, medium, smoke small. Lightning strikes. I thought that worked out. The lightning strikes and the lightning works out pretty cool. Definitely will help on the if you have any dark ride explosions. And then, of course, the actual lightning strike itself. Large and small. Yeah. And then, of course, one of my favorite things that was a total surprise. Look at the rain effect we've got now. And hopefully maybe this will lead into maybe actual weather effects. Who knows? But, oh, and then, of course, too, you've got the cloud, too. And the box, once you actually put the box up in there, it kind of hides. So you've got the rain, the lightning, and the thundercloud. I wonder how let me see how the rain looks in the daytime, though. Ah, nice. That's a pretty good effect. I mean, I like the shimmer that it has at night, but even during the day, that still looks pretty cool. Nice. Very creepy at night. Oh, I did see this morning too. Very cool. Spider effects. So I know you can't see them just yet, but if you had a wall up, look at the little spiders crawling up the wall. That's so cool. And creepy. All right, now you can see, look at all of this stuff we've already went through, and the bar is just barely ticked down. So hang in there with me. We've got a while to go. Bo was not lying when she said they have packed this with stuff. Creepy bat. And it is triggerable, so that's awesome. If you don't want it flapping, you can make it stop. Here's a hanging one. Very creepy. And we get to the crows. Animated crows. Hanging out with the bat. All of these animatronics, though, will, well, I mean, you could just tell how much this is going to help you in your dark rides, like having the crows sitting on a banister. I saw these this morning, too, and I kind of had the same kind of reaction that Ruble Trillions had. It says that these are hilarious. Really creepy. You know, something like this, though, too, it could help if you was doing like a Starship Troopers type of dark ride, maybe. Having the larva. All right, Spooky Animatronic Shadow Person 1. Very creepy. Comes flying down. Person 2. Actually on a little track system. Person 3. And Shadow Person 4. If I remember correctly, this one goes up and down. Yes. So there's those 4 creepy guys. Attacking Spider. Oh, yeah, these looked really cool from what I got to see this morning. Just the animation is incredible. So if you had those down low, like at the cart level, or if I was thinking like maybe if the cart kind of, you know, descended down just a hair, maybe like made it eye level with the floor and had these guys coming at you. And they've even got, they've got a dropping version. Really, really creepy. And then this one kind of, he stays in place, but he turns. Very creepy and cool. And yes, spooky armchair. This is going to definitely help with the living room build here in a little bit. And then, of course, they give us a new bin. I don't have any path out here right now, but we do have a new spooky bin. And then we get into one of my favorite parts from this morning, the book part. So we definitely have a wide variety of books to pick from now. And this was something that was really cool. Fluxtrance come up with a really cool kind of workaround for books when he did that, during the Icarus build, I believe. I believe that's what he calls it, but he come up with the little wooden planks to actually make good books with. So now we won't have to do that. And then we get into one of my cool parts here, the floating books. This one right here, the pages actually flap. That is awesome. Definitely going to use that in the living room. Actually, maybe once I get done with this, I'll build the living room and I'll use that as the thumbnail for this video. So, because I'm really anxious to get in there and just try that. Whoops, I clicked off my stuff here. All right, where are we? We are at this floating book. Spooky book pile. Oh, yeah, these float too. So they kind of float and then drop down, stack on each other. The flying book is just way too cool. Oh, yeah, then you've got your bookshelves. So if you want to stack those up, do your creepy library. Or just, they've left it, let me show you in the light. Another awesome job, and shout out to the team for leaving it mostly like that is absolutely in no way has to be haunted if you don't want it to be haunted. So that was I think that was a big concern of people, like how much is this going to transcend stuff we want to do that maybe doesn't necessarily turn over to haunted or spooky. and I think they addressed it. The one thing too though that SP Ridley was talking about, I believe, is it'd be cool if this couch was recolorable instead of just the purple. But you know, it's all right. And these books activate on trigger, so if this is just a total regular library that you're doing in one of your builds, the books don't have to move, so totally can activate them, make them stop, change the colors, all of that. So spooky candle, really cool. And then spooky chase lounge. Yeah, see, it would have been cool, like he said, if these couches could be recolorable, but right now they're not. So let's get back into the darkness. Okay. Man, we have so much to go through, and we've already been here like 16 minutes. We'll have to do another video on the actual building pieces. So this will just be the scenery video, or else I'm gonna have you guys here for like 2 hours. Spooky clock, really cool. And then you get into your cobwebs. It's a little big for that shelf. Now that one's not. That is pretty cool for your cobwebs up there. Spooky dead vines. Whoops. Very nice. Yeah, I'd be able to do a lot with these vines. Especially on if you have a big jungle build going. Yes. Spooky dining chair. We have our first official chair here in the game. So that's cool. Spooky fireplace. Ah, very cool. They left it kind of, neutral. So can be used in a fireplace in any build. Spooky fireplace logs. Spooky fireplace top. Let's see. Ah, yeah. So see, there's the spooky part for you if you want to, if it is meant to go into one of your haunted builds. Spooky flapping curtain. Very cool. Spooky flapping tattered curtains. Ah, nice. Very nice. Spooky gargoyle. Good size. Put him up here on the bookshelf. Going to be really cool for your castle builds. Not just Haunted Mansion, but just the castle builds in general. Then you've got one really creepy, wingless, spooky gargoyle too. Ah, I got you a smaller version too. That's a lot of thing. A lot of people will be like, yeah, the pieces they're so big, but it looks like they have, at least with the gargoyles and some of these pieces we've seen, have addressed that by giving us smaller options. There's your smaller gargoyle. Ah, tombstones. Nice. Very cool. Help with your graveyard. Spooky skull. Got to put one of them on the shelf. Nice. And spooky gray vulture. Cool. Spooky green vine. I can't see that real well. Let's go to the daytime again. Ah, yes. That'll help in some of your fairy tale builds. Just got that regular green vine like we used to see. Remember, like on some of the concept art that came out for the like right before the fairy tale pack was released. I forget what update that was, or maybe it come out in the final game. And we'd always wondered, like, what happened to those just the big regular green vines that they showed, like, wrapping around the dragon's head? Well, now we got them. So that's very cool. Even that gave us a green option on those. Spooky flag. That's cool. Spooky hanging flag. Nice. Spooky lamp post. Very cool. And very versatile. That's what I'll say too. I think a lot of this stuff, now that I'm sitting here like with you guys and really not having to rush and look at the pieces, very versatile set that I think will, be able to be used way past just the spooky stuff. Spooky occasional table. Spooky park bench. Look very nice. Doesn't have to just be spooky. Spooky picture frame. Oops, better align the surface. Ah, nice. Looks like they got us all kinds of frames. So there's that one. Spooky picture frame 3. I got a really cool kind of gold creepy border around these. Small picture frame, that's cool too. Man, they've really nailed it this time with the smaller requests. Nice. So that'll be cool for some of your builds. All right, let's get into the pumpkins here real quick. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, pumpkin large too. So really 6 different variations in the pumpkins. One of my favorites from this morning, the spooky little animatronic rat. That is so cool. And then this is really cool. Watch this. They're in a pack. This right here, like these little animatronic scary rats make this pack worth it to me. Look at them. That is cool. This is cool too from this morning. We've got us a haunted rocking chair. Spooky rocking chair. There's the little rats dart in and out from underneath it. Spooky Scarecrow Batwing. Actually, yes, very creepy. Very creepy. Scarecrow Broom. Then the claw, the hand claw. Scarecrow hat. That's what I did this morning. I just put the hat on the gargoyle. and named him Chuck. I don't know why I named him Chuck. I just thought that just sounded like a fitting name. Scarecrow Hatchet. Really creepy. Scarecrow Horn. Limb long, limb medium, limb short. Scarecrow overalls. Really creepy. There's his pitchfork. Scarecrow Pumpkinhead. You know, that is really, I know you guys might not have ever heard of it, but that is such an underrated, like that was one of my favorite scary movies when I was a kid growing up, Pumpkinhead. Look it up if you ever get a chance. Really kind of just creepy, demon-like, scary creature movie, but I loved it. And they've given us all kinds of little scary pumpkin faces. Scarecrow rags. Oh, that's kind of creepy. That's almost reminds me of, like, y'all ever see that scary movie Mama? Kind of reminds me of her outfit. And there's the sack head. Really, really creepy. And sack head 2. Kind of reminds me of Trick or Treat. There's your sling blade. Some folks call it a Kaiser blade. I call it a sling blade. Okay, Scarecrow torso. Whoa, we are up to 27 minutes. Sorry about that, guys, but it just, there was so much stuff in the scenery pack. I wanted to go through it and at least let you guys get a good look at everything. Yeah, we will have to split the building and the lights and stuff up in another video because we're rolling up on 30 minutes here. I know that's a long time to keep you guys, but at least wanted to let you see this hanging skeleton fella. Doesn't look happy. Hanging 2. Okay, so this guy's got his arms up in the air. Really, really creepy and cool. Slightly disturbing. Animatronic laying down. Rats are on him. Laying down 2. This guy's on his back. I swear, like the animatronics were worth the $11 to me alone. Just the animatronics that they packed into this pack. This one's kind of sitting down, reaching for you. Help! Help! Skeleton left foot. Yeah, so we'll skip that. You can build a skeleton however you want. Spooky sofa. Very cool. Spider body. And we saw that in some of the screenshots. So you can make your spider however you want to make it. And then here's your just spider decorations that do not animate. They just set still for you. Let's see, what can we move on to? Spooky table. Really cool table. Transcends the spookiness as well. Use that for a lot of different stuff. Like I could have used that in my hotel build. Spooky large table. Very cool. You've got the Reef. Let's just see if we can put this little wreath line to surface. Yeah. Put it up above the fireplace. And yeah, it looks like we're almost to the end. Stone fencing. Very cool. And then your 4-meter piece. Needed that in Discovery Bay a couple days ago. Stone Knight Coffin. Yes, I used this morning as well. This is pretty cool. So you've got the coffin, but then you have the lid that goes on it. Really, really cool. And, you know, not just that, but I could see using this like at the end of a hallway. Just kind of like maybe have that up on the wall. Have some really cool lighting put on it. Awesome. Then there's the plain lid. Vampire coffin. So now, you know what I'm going to have to do? I'm going to have to do you guys like a spooky coffin shop. Like usually at Halloween, I put out like this little haunted village. And one of them's like a little Halloween shop. You may have seen it before in Michael's or Hobby Lobby, one of them. They've got like a little village where the coffin, it's got a coffin factory and the coffins kind of spin and go in and out of the little factory. I'll have to do something like that on here. But yeah, guys, I know I've kept you here a while, and I've tried not to linger on these pieces too much, but there is so much. It has literally taken us 31 minutes to just click on all the pieces in the scenery spot, in your scenery tab. So yeah, this is it. You know, let's start a conversation down below and let me know what you think of the of just the scenery side, and then I'll have to get working on the building side and some of the different lights, because if you go in and you just look right here, we have got a 4 new sets of lights. You've got your kind of like your crypt entrance here. We'll have to go over pre-built piece they've brought in. And if I turn the lights off again, I'll just real quick show you the lights. So we've got these really kind of, you know, haunted mansion type spooky lamps. Give off a really, really cool glow. And yes, so here's the mess we've made with all the new stuff, all the new scenery pieces that come with the Spooky Pack DLC. Give me a thumbs up if you end up enjoying this video. If you're still here, thank you for sticking around for 32 minutes. If you're still here, give me a hashtag Spooky Pack, and I will know that you made it to the end of this video. Hashtag Spooky Pack. I'm Sdanwolf. Thank you for coming and hanging out with me. Subscribe for more Planet Coaster content and all the weirdness that I'm probably going to come up with this pack. And I will catch you in the next video. Thank you, guys. See you.
Hey, yo, I'm so far out of sight. Yeah, that sounds all about right.